welcome to my Summerhouse office conversion. As you can see, I've put some double glazed doors in. I got these off of Marketplace for £100, and I got the two side windows for £50 each. No, £50 a pair. I cleared this out yesterday, and this is what we are left with. Some of you might have a similar style Summerhouse. You can see the amount of work I had to do to adjust the frame to suit the new doors. Took a bit of getting in, and then obviously because the windows were a little bit deeper and the doors were deeper, I clad over the top to give me a lip. I will, once it's painted, run a bead of silicone down these, take the doors off, but it's framed the windows quite nice. I'm going to replace the pelmet, I don't know what you call that, the front bit of trim, a bit lower, put a couple of lights in the front there to shine down on it at night to make it look pretty. Run a consumer unit in this corner, powered by the garage, a little ring main around for sockets. So I'm going to use it as an office. I'll probably put a heater. I want one for the PC there, so I'll probably have a couple, one there, maybe one there for a fan in the summer. And then yeah, lighting. I'm undecided on how to light in here. I don't want glare on the screen, so I might put a strip light here. But we shall see. Obviously I've got to put a feed out for the two lights outside. I'm going over these windows. I'm going to put some silver foil stuck to the inside and then insulate over it. Plan is loft style insulation on the walls, Celotex in the joists, 12mm plasterboard over the top, and then I'm going to try and tape and use this new plaster stuff that I've never used before, which you roll on and then trowel off, and it looks pretty good. So that's the plan there. Little things I didn't realise until I've looked at it in detail is I don't have a finishing edge here for the board to sit on. It would tie onto there, but it doesn't have a finish here. So I was debating how to do it, and I think I'm going to put the sides on first, which will give me a finished edge up to here, and then put that on. But obviously I can't penetrate upwards because of the roof, so I'll then nail it through into the board and the joist. Same applies here. This will need a finish. The centre has already got one there, and it's got the centre bit there. This I think hangs just a tad low. The board will probably hit that, but this one sits higher. Oops. So it'd be nice, yeah, to let the board fill that little void. Then this board will come the other way. Once again, we've got fixings there. This side is missing one, and then I'll have to put one on here. So I think starting point will be run a quick ring main round, tape where I want the sockets, like so the wire's ready to be cut, and then I think, but yeah, sorry, just noticed as well while I'm chatting that I'm going to need to, CLS is, these are 55mm I think, these joists, so I got some CLS and used a table saw to run them down to the right thickness. I'm going to need to do the same on this edge for a board to stick onto, because it doesn't have a reveal like that. Like the back wall's fine, so I might start on the back wall. No, let's do it properly. Do woodwork first. So I might get the table saw out, knock up 1, 2, 3, 4 of them for the edge of the board to go on. Right, 4 of them are now cut. So we're now going to cut them to say 183 and get them probably nailed in. Nice and quick and easy. I'll get the nail gun out and do the 4 edges there, so we're ready to do the sides. Definitely my favourite tool, my big DeWalt. Just like that. made light work of that. What I have just realised though is when I'm boarding this, I'm going to do it in, I'd say do these as, so they're just under 120, so I'll get a board cut, and then do the triangular bits in another hit. But what I've realised is I can tack on half a board here, but this piece is sunk back in. So I've got to look at depths. Now the bits I cut off when I trim these down to 50 mil, that was from a previous piece. I might be able to pack it out with them and nail them on with my second fix nail gun just to pin it, and that'll give it some somewhere to stick to. So I'll crack on with them now. Quick update for you. So we've now got some noggins. Not that I'm going to be running the board across the noggins, they're going to be upright. I just thought I'd give it a bit more support because it's quite an open space there with no supports. So we are now noggined all the way across, all the corners are in. So I think next step will be drill a few holes in the uprights, run a ring main round, get that done, run the, I guess the lighting can come up, across and then up again. So yeah, sorry, the lighting can go up, across, down, light switch there and then back up, so that's not going to be an issue. So yeah, I would say let's get some electrics in and then some insulation. So I will come back to you in a bit. Right, quick ring main run. So it's flow and return, but it's not plumbing. Just around there, I want a couple of sockets here, one for my desk, one for a heater. That one there's going to be another socket that actually goes through the wall as well to power the swimming pool, and then one more there for a fan or something like that. So now I'm going to put some insulation on the walls. This is the insulation I'm using, Knopf insulation for roof lofts. It's 100 mil. It comes in about 1200 and it's already cut down the middle, so you just separate it, and what I do is I just pin it with two, like roll, use the roll, hold it up, put it in the hole, pin it, stand it across the bottom, pin it, stand it across the bottom, poke the wires through, and then once this is all done and I've done the top, then we'll get a damp proof membrane on it, and I'll carry on and do this all the way around until it's yeah, all done. Right, there we go. First wall, damp proof membrane, insulated. I've just got to pull the wire through there, but yeah, that's what we're going to be doing all the way around. The only thing is I've only got that one more reel of insulation, so I'll probably do this wall, board them two walls, and then play with the ceiling joist today. It's a different day from when I last did the video, so I will carry on and let you know how I get on. Right, we're back. This side has been done. As you can see, two wires poking through. I had to run a strip down because the gap wasn't there was a tiny gap, and obviously corners is where the moisture comes through, so I stapled a piece on and taped it so it stays in place and that. So I'm going to probably start off running a board here because the reveal is narrower going that way, and then one can butt in that way, and work across. I've got to stop before I get to the end because I need to run the lighting cable through. But yeah, so I'm going to do some boarding now. Right, little update, a few boards on. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get this one on today and this one on with the electric board on as well, and that should be enough for today. Get some more insulation tomorrow because I can't do the end board because that one has to fit that way first. So I want to get it nice and tight, so I'd rather cut that tomorrow. But yeah, getting there. So it's not bad for a weekend's work. Consumer unit on the wall, last panel in, 2 sockets there, 1 socket there. This one isn't cut yet, like width wise, but it's cut height wise. I'll do that when I get some more insulation. So yeah, that's where we're up to today. aim next video to get this bit finished. This section should be just made up of offcuts because it's all around the door, and then yeah, let's crack on with the ceiling. And once that's done, I'm going to try using that roll-on primer stuff. I've never used it before. Tape the joints maybe, and crack on with it. I need to see, I've not read enough about it yet, but I need to find out if you need to tape the joints or not. But yeah, follow the progress of this little shed. Just going to stop for some lunch. That's all done. New joists are fitted there and there. I've got 2 more to run there and this side, but I've got to decide how I'm going to do that first. Back wall's all finished, that one's in, and I've just started sorting up above here, ready to do that triangle, then do both sides of the doors. So I'll definitely have all that done today, and then hopefully some Celotex on the ceilings, but might run out of time for that, so that might be a tomorrow job. How's your day going? Love you. Not sure if I've shown this before, but this is how I do the insulation. Tuck it all in between the rafters, and then I'll get some damp-proof membrane, staple it over the top, and then put the board back over. I'll show you it once the membrane's on. Okay, DPM now put on. I had a little slit there, so I taped over it. So now time just to put the boards back on. They were just temporarily held up before, to get them on, and that's pretty much all the walls boarded. Next job, I did put the edging on there, like I said, oh, and there as well. So that shows how the boards are gonna fit. Normally I'd just put 4 boards up, but I do have a lot of offcuts. So I'm probably going to, 3 of them will do 1 run. They definitely fit on, let me zoom out. They definitely fit on this span, width-wise. They're a little bit close on this side. So even if I do all of that, and then same on this side, all of that, that will be 6 of them gone. And I've got 4, 8. Okay, and then I've got a couple of long ones as well, which will probably do the same. So I can probably get at least 2 here, 1 there, and then go and buy some more board, just with plasterboard. Probably it's a nightmare getting rid of it now. So yeah, so I'll give you another update next weekend. So what are we now, Saturday this week, Saturday the 4th, 5th, something like that. I'll do an update next weekend. Consumers on, did a bit of testing just to make sure that all my wires don't have any breaks between them before I go ahead and do any further, and all is good. I bought a really good little tester. I think it's about 12 quid. Can't rave about it enough. I went to use my tester and the battery was dead. And then this one, he says, so it does the testing when you put it near something voltage wise. It does audible continuity, which was brilliant for, so what I did was I continuityed the brown all the way around, fixed the full circuit, checked there was no breaks. So yeah, I'll put a link in my in the video for this, because for the money everyone should have one. And it does, where's the button? Is it that button? Is that the one that does? Yeah. So it does your normal voltage. That's my extension lead coming in. Oops. Whereas everything else in here is dead because there's no power to it. But yeah, if you, as an amateur like for anyone doing amateur electrics, just have one of these in your cupboard. It just problem solves very quickly. Yeah. Anyway, update next weekend. Hopefully I'll have a ceiling done on the next update, and maybe even some of the plastering done. And when we get the floor down, and then might even wallpaper this wall. It's quite a funky, it's gonna be this is my office. I'm gonna go quite dark in here colour wise. Might go for like a dark teal, dark blue, maybe get a funky wallpaper, or even frame the wallpaper in. Just do a section of wallpaper in the middle with a frame either side, because my desk is gonna go across here. Filing cabinet there, heater on the back wall. But yeah, just follow it. It's just a nice way of showing how you can transform what was an old summer house into quite nice looking. This one needs painting as well. I haven't decided if I'm going to go grey or not. Don't even know if I'm going to keep the windows white. I might go black with them. Rest of my house. That's the back of my extension. That's a shed that I built. That's a mess. Excuse that. Yeah, I'll keep you posted next week.